It's always best to control your budget. Set the limit before you play. I separated my casino budget from the rest of my money. When this envelope is empty, the experiment ends. I'll set the alarm for 90 minutes. I must stick to the schedule. Past spins do not correct themselves. Let's analyze the next spin probability. We will focus on this single green section. Here, the math dictates the odds. It is strictly a matter of data. Long streaks look unusual, but they naturally appear in random data. A streak does not predict what comes next. If we shift our focus here, we can effectively double the yield. This scales to 40. After 6 losses, the next bet is $640. The potential profit is still only the original $10. Finite bankroll, unlimited possible streak. A $500 limit then. Let's see what we can do with that. At the exact moment I need the larger amount, the recovery chain ends. Martingale usually produces many tiny wins and one damaging loss. It changes the pattern, not the expected value. A bankroll is a random walk. It expands and contracts dynamically. 0 is a very specific kind of boundary. It is absorbing. Knowing when to exit is just as important as knowing when to start. Setting strigress from sudden reversals. Remember, you choose when the walk ends. It's a great start. The system works exactly as planned. More trials reveal the average. This allows us to minimize risk and predict outcomes with certainty. In this space, speed is everything. To gain an edge, we need to move faster. More bets, faster convergence. That is the key. Let's analyze the direction of these data streams. We must focus on the core grid alignment here. Notice the huge difference between negative and positive signs. The minus signs are far more than the plus signs here. The test describes the sample. It does not prove that every individual must lose in every future session. It's all about turning hands into outcomes. Every loss is just a step toward a win. A losing streak can feel impossible while still sitting well inside the range of ordinary statistical variation. In this game, the house edge is the expected value. A small edge, repeated many times, guarantees success. That's how the system works. It is pure mathematics. The dealer always follows the rules. There are no exceptions. Each new card moves the hand from one total to another. A Markov model maps those possible transitions. It is a matter of probability, not a direct prediction. Blackjack differs from roulette because dealt cards are temporarily removed. The remaining probabilities can therefore change. When more high cards remain, some player outcomes become more favorable. This is conditional probability, not magic. Any potential advantage is small, uncertain, and affected by rules, shuffling, variance, and casino procedures. Before seeing more cards, I begin with a range of hands the opponent might reasonably hold. New evidence changes the probabilities. Now we can see their likely hands. The inclusion of interactive elements in a randomized system can alter the phenomenon, often leads to a misplacement can influence a stochastic outcome. The system calculates the random outcome first, and only after that, the visible real animation starts. This makes sure that the game is fair. I need to access the core protocols. The system's rules are quite specific. For rare events with a reasonably stable rate, a Poisson model can estimate how many occur in a time window. Random does not mean evenly spaced. The model may estimate frequency across many spins. It cannot identify which individual spin will produce the jackpot. A near-miss result is psychologically distinct from other non-winning configurations. The brain registers a narrow margin despite the outcome being binary. The machine can make one type of loss feel more important by changing how it is displayed. I record money won or lost. The position of a jackpot symbol outside the pay line predicts nothing about the next spin. Two machines can have similar long-run returns while producing completely different short-term experiences. High volatility means less frequent but larger payouts. Low volatility usually means smaller, more frequent changes. With a small budget, high volatility can end the session before a rare large payout ever appears. A free spin may require no immediate payment, but the promotion is designed to extend the session. The main risk begins when the bonus ends and the player continues, because leaving now feels unfinished. Prior to the acceptance of any promotional incentive, a rigorous evaluation of the underrealized equity without meeting specific ballistic thresholds. The room looks free, but the casino usually bases offers on expected future or historical gambling value. The casino focuses on total betting volume, not only the cash I brought through the door. A comp has value only when it follows play that I already planned. Playing extra to earn it can cost much more. A survival model asks how many bankrolls remain above zero. As play continues, more simulated bankrolls reach 0, 0. Larger bets usually make the curve fall faster. Reducing the bet size may extend the session. It does not turn a negative expectation game into a profitable one. The Kelly formula sizes risk when you have a genuine, measurable advantage. That first requirement is often ignored. If I overestimate my advantage, the formula can encourage overbetting. A bad input produces a dangerous answer. In ordinary casino games, the player usually lacks a reliable positive edge. Kelly is not a magic bankroll system. If a die is fair, we expect each face about 1/6 of the time. Not exactly, but approximately. The chi-square test asks whether the differences are larger than we would normally expect from random variation. A low p-value raises a question. It does not automatically prove cheating. The test and data collection must be checked. Winning, social cues, and seeing other players tip can all affect whether someone reaches for another chip. A logistic model can estimate how these factors relate to tipping probability. It cannot make an individual tip inevitable. I decide my tipping budget before playing. That lets me reward good service without reacting to pressure or luck. To value the ticket, multiply every prize by its probability, then add those weighted outcomes together. Variance creates occasional winners and memorable stories. Expected value describes what repeated ticket purchases average over time. Probability cannot tell me what the next game will do. It can tell me when the risk is being misunderstood.